much for joining us today, sir. So you come across so many transporters and other logistics companies. Do they share with you the problems which they come across in the movement of OD and OW transportation?
Yeah. In fact, the main problem was earlier for delay in movement, because there used to be a lot of bottlenecks for a smooth movement of these ODCs and OWC consignments, because there was no particular guidelines earlier, and they used to be been harassed by the field officers, and sometime if it is held up for months together, and that's because of that they were losing a lot of business, and the consignment not used to reach in time, and because of that the power plants and the consigners and everything, they were also facing a lot of time overrun and cost overruns. So when the HTO approached to the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, and after that, because our bridge assets are designed for a particular load, generally used to, as per IRC loadings, we design for about 100 tons of the loading. But when they approached us, and after seeing that they are going to be heavy loading, so we were appointed in the consultants with the HTO, a consortium of 4 consultants. And based on those studies, we issued a guidelines on 24th of January 2013. Based on those guidelines, and we have also introduced some charts for different type of hydraulic trailers configuration, starting from ST1 to ST13, and we have indicated different types of the bridges having span of 10 meter, 15 meter, 20 meter, like in the interval of 5 meters, the interval, and types of the bridges only they have studied only for the simply supported bridges. So on those bridges we have issued a guidelines, and based on those guidelines we have started giving the single window permission, and from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, I being the nodal officers, I used to give the permission, and our permission, once it is granted, the transporter can take their consignment from the origin to destination hassle free, whether he has to cross 1 state, 2 states, even 5 states. There will be no problems on his movement. Now, this is the background of that, and today we are launching the online permission on a real-time basis. Any other more questions you would like to have?
What was the move of coming from basically the permission process which started from May, the one which we were just talking about? What led to the online permission? How do you think it's going to be beneficial and it will facilitate the moving of OW and OC cargo better?
Of course, whatever the permission they used to be applying in this, at the moment when we are doing the manual permission, they have to submit the hard copies to my office, and these operators are spread throughout the country. Somebody in Chennai, somebody is in Kolkata, somebody is in Hyderabad, somebody is in West Bengal, like in Gujarat. So they are spread throughout the country. So their officer has to come to the Delhi and then apply, and there was a lot of resentments among them. So although the permission granted by us, although it was given the time for an official time for applying permission from ST1 to ST3, about 15 days. But my office used to grant permission just in 3 days. Within some time, on the same day also used to grant the permission.
Depending on
the documents and the types of the loading. In order to give them, you can say, distance problems, because they have to come from other parts of the country. So there was STO has approached us if it can be done on the online basis, so that anybody can directly log into his request sitting anywhere in the country, and then they can get the permission on the real time. So we had thought, and you just see, we started this permission manually from 20th of May onwards. Now it's hardly about 6 months or so. You can say about 7 to 8 months. We have gone on the online on the direction of our minister, our secretary, for making Digital India vision true.
So that is a great move, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And we have also, because at the moment, I just wanted to share some more things. In the session, you must be knowing about, I have heard about the condition of the bridges. Actually, those technical consortium, the consultant, has given this report and given the charts that the permission can be granted on such and such bridges with the such and such load things, depending, subject to if the bridge condition is in a good condition and they are ready to, and they are able to carry the IRC loading. But our bridge assets are very old and they are not regularly maintained. So they have become, it's very difficult to first we have to go for their condition survey. Although there was a lot of pressure from the industry and from the, you can say, manufacturers like BHL, like Power Grid. So because of the pressure from the other, all these institutions, we have allowed the permission without going for the condition survey. It's ad hoc permission. But for giving is the more better, because our bridge assets should also be have to be safe. Now we have also started, we appointed the consultant for condition survey of the bridges throughout the country. And once those condition survey and rating of the bridges is done by the consultants, we can feed directly those data to this computer. And for heavier loads, at the moment, this online permission is for ST1 to ST3. From ST4 onwards, there is the same system has to be evolved. But once this condition survey, those things come into reality, or if the datas are there, datas are already on the online, it will be on the portal. So that we can dovetail those data in this our portal, and for ST4 onwards also, we will give you on the real-time basis. There will be no time lag for that. At the moment, for the ST4 to ST13, there is a time period for 90 days. But even though we are giving the promotion between the 30 to 45 days, even that there also. So that will also become on real-time basis. Once this condition survey, we are going to have a bridge management system.
Everybody will be on the same platform.
And also this data, which is going to on the online basis permission, we can track those data. Which route maximum movement is taking place? Where is the corridors? So based on those datas, we can plan our corridors. We can plan our strengthening of the bridges on those corridors, so that especially movement of heavy vehicles or heavy consignments can go smoothly without any hassles.
Thank you so much, sir.